What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to the Diablo Research Institution. Appreciate you guys for coming by. Like this damn video if you while. Subscribe to the page and swat that bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And blessings to my channel members and patrons. Links in the description below. So what we have here in this video is, in fact, the showcasing of the most rare unique items in Diablo 2. Now, I would like to do something similar with magic items and rares and maybe pop some runes in there as well. But I just know that uniques have a special feel to them. Ever since Diablo 2 was originally released, I remember the euphoric feeling and sense you'd get when a unique item would drop. Very rare. So it seemed anyway, back in those days, before LOD and all that. Now, these ones are rather high-level uniques. To my understanding, these are the top 10 rarest unique items of the game, in that order. All right, so number 10. Can you guess it? Let me know in the comments below. An item that I've never really used or cared much for. I think it's kind of ass. But when, say, a Whirlwind Barbarian or something that doesn't need attack speed, which I think might be how it is today still, but I'm not entirely sure. When they don't need increased attack speed on the gloves, you can rather get some damage. Of course, who the hell would want anything over laying of hands if you're a melee class? Well, some people would. Like someone who's a dueler, for example. You'd want this 60% enhanced damage that you get maxed out on these gloves. And the 10% chance of crushing blow. So, a very unique trait about these gloves, the fact that they have crushing blow on them. I know the unique, the Nightmare version of the leather gloves. What are they called again? They have 5% chance of crushing blow. But these are very useful if you need crushing blow on your character, if you're trying to cap it out a little bit more, and you have limitations in your gear to stack it. So you can go with steel runs. But I think they're also great for duels. Ogre gauntlets, style points for using these things, but they do have a very high 185 strength requirement. So keep that in mind. Number 9, to my understanding, a very elegant item, a very rare item, the coolest armor type in the game as far as I see it. The elite version of the ancient armor. That's right. Exceptional being the ornate plate. I remember seeing these ancient armors back in the day, and it was just so amazing seeing the barbarian just decked out in that body armor with the little lump on the shoulder or whatever. The shit's awesome. But nonetheless, it's Templars Might. Sacred armor. Very high strength armor. 232 strength. 2 offensive auras. 20% faster recovery. 220% enhanced defense. 300 defense versus missile. 15 to strength. 15 to vitality. So, of course, the one of 2 uniques in terms of the sacred armor. This one being the far less desirable. It's kind of paladin-oriented, but unfortunately there's not really anybody who uses it. I'm not sure if any paladin on Earth ever said to himself, hey, I want to find a Templar's Might, because then I can use it. Because it's kind of shitty. As you can see, there's very, very cheap rune words that you'd probably rather use over this, like Treachery or Duress, or even Smoke for that matter, just whatever. But you get style points for finding it, right? And it looks cool, so there's that. And I've never found a Templar's Might. I've never found Steel Runs either. But what I have found is the number 7 unique item on the list, which is Death's Fathom. I found this item just a couple years ago. Sweet Phil and I were doing some sort of magic find competition. It was a damn good time. I actually won that competition, to my understanding. And I found a Death's Web, along with a Tomb Reaver. Or Tome Reaver. How do you say that? And a facet. I think it was a perfect facet, in fact. So a very nice facet. Was it perfect? I don't remember. But Death's Fathom, Dimensional Shard. You'll see a lot of Blizzard sorceresses coveting this item. You'll see Frozen Orb sorceresses desiring this item. So it's an absolute hog of an item. With 3 to sorceress skill levels, 20% faster cast rate, 30% cold skill damage, so very high cold skill damage. Dual res, perhaps an unnoticed mod on this. These can be very, very effective, having lightning res and fire res both of 40 at max. So very nice mods here. But yeah, the 30% cold skill damage really adds a lot to your Blizzard and Frozen Orb. So godly item, dimensional shard, and you can put a facet in there as well, or whatever you want. An all res jewel, just whatever. So number 6. What do we have? Earth Shifter. If you're a elemental druid, you get crazy style points for using this, because why really would you want this? You could have a Hoto and a Spirit Shield and almost have enough skills, but then you get all the other nice mods, caster rate and all that. It's just like an item that's made for an elemental druid who's like going to be melee as well, so it's really strange. I wouldn't mind trying out some builds with this just for experimental purposes. So maybe you do like a Fisture druid with the synergies for Fisture maxed out, have some crazy fire damage, but whatever. I mean, it's a pretty cool item in that it's a Thunder Maul. But that's kind of where it ends. But 25% chance to cast level 14 Fisture on attack. And again, you could synergize that and have a pretty cool hybrid Fisture spewing melee druid of some sort. 7 to elemental skills, 10% increased attack speed, 10% faster cast rate. So they're trying to do 2 things with this item, which I've never seen anyone do that. Like, actually use it for that purpose. It's really weird. A max of 300% enhanced damage, so very high. 33% chance of crushing blow. Volcano charges for whatever reason. Why the hell would you need that as a droid? And a socket in there with the base 50% damage to undead. So there you have it. Thunder Maul. Earth Shifter. So now, at number 6, we have the Cranium Basher Thunder Maul. A bit more desirable, to my understanding, than this one here, and a bit more rare as well, apparently. Pretty cool item with amp damage on striking. It's indestructible. I don't believe you could find it ethereal, unfortunately. 20% increased attack speed, 240% enhanced damage, 20 to minimum damage, 75% chance of crushing blow. So an absolute hog tier crushing blow mod on this thing. 25 to strength, all res 25. A little bit of defense there as well. So, I mean, pretty cool item. Yeah, I don't know who the hell would use this. Maybe a druid of some sort. I wouldn't mind trying it on a druid, in fact. A Fury druid or a Werebear druid. But it's kind of what you would use this for. And then we have Dark Force Spawn Bloodlord Skull. Very nice item. 3 to summoning skills. 3 to P&B skills. 3 to curses. At max, I believe they range from 1 to 3 each. Or 2 to 3 each. 30% faster cast rate. 180% enhanced defense. Increase maximum mana 10%. So generally I prefer Dark Force Spawn, which just can straight up give 3 to necro skill levels. But this one has the nice cast rate. What do you guys think about this item? Let me know in the comments below. Here's a very weird item. Number 4 on the list. And I don't know much about it, but look how cool it looks. It's like a mace and it's blackened out a little bit, like it's been stuck in a fire or charcoal or something like that. Astrion's Iron Ward Caduceus. If that's how you say that, I'm not sure. Very rare item. 4 to paladin to combat skills. 10% increased attack speed. 290% enhanced damage. Damage plus 85. So it does that sort of thing that Grief does, where you can like add it to your kick or your smite or whatever. 20% bonus to attack rating. Adds 80 to 240 magic damage. 33% chance of crushing blow. Slows target by 25% and damage reduced by 7. So, pretty cool item. You could wear this on a kicker if you wanted. It kicks in if you happen to find it. But I don't know why the hell you would, because there's better options. But you get style points using this thing. And here's the one that everyone knows about. Super, super rare item. A staff. Unfortunately, it's not very much used, which it should be. I think they should improve a lot of these items, make them worth finding. Mang Song's Lesson. Did I find one of these? I think I found one in Project Diablo 2 one time. So they had like player aids drops or something like that. So maybe that's legit, maybe that's not, but I believe I found it in Project Diablo 2. An Archon Staff with 5 to all skills, 30% faster cast rate, 15% pierce of enemy cold res, negative 15% enemy lightning res, negative 15% enemy fire res, regen mana, 10%. So it's unfortunate because, again, this is another example where you'd probably want to use Spirit and Hoto over this sort of thing. If they were to add more sockets to this, or more pierce, it'd be useful, or even more skills for that matter. But yeah, a rare staff nonetheless. So, 2 more items on the list. So here we have it, an item that I very much enjoy, and probably the most useful item on this list so far, aside from perhaps Death's Fathom. Death's Web, Unearthed Wand. The second to most rare unique item in the game, to my understanding. Very good on a Poison Necromancer, mostly because of the fact that it has a massive total pierce on there. Up to negative 50% to enemy poison res. So you lower res them with your curse, but then they still have a lot of poison res if you're just breaking an immunity. So then you pierce the hell out of it with this. So this coupled with lower res just kills things so fast. 2 to all skills and plus 2 to bone and poison skills. The nice poison res, 12 life after each kill, 12 mana after each kill, which are great mods, especially with a skill like Poison Nova that covers the whole screen. Because you just wipe out the whole screen and you're filling up on life and mana. It's a godly item. I really like this item. And I like Poison Necros, which reminds me I got to make some videos on one. So there's Death's Web. Love that item. And then the item I wish I loved more but don't, because it's just kind of useless. It's not absolutely horrible, but for how rare it is, it should be a lot better. I think they should put an aura on this. Maybe a Might aura so it fits the name, Tyrael's Might. Maybe even a Fanaticism aura. Some say you should put Teleport on it so it competes with Enigma. Even then, it's not going to be better than Enigma. But yeah, I think a Teleport on this would be pretty cool. I mean, it is Tyrael after all, so can't he teleport if he wanted to? He can fly at least, right? So let us teleport. Tyrael's Might, Sacred Armor, the most rare unique item in the game to my understanding. Defense 1500, maxed out, indestructible, and it does not roll ethereal. 20% faster run walk. 100% damage to demons at max. Slain monsters rest in peace, which some people like this mod, some people don't. When you go to Nithalak, it's helpful because you can't pop the corpses then. Because they rest in peace, so you can't pop them. So a pretty cool item though. I love the blue tint to it. I love the look of it. The mods are pretty nice, but it's just, it doesn't compete with Chains of Honor or Fortitude for like top tier endgame builds, or even something like Duress for damage. You know, it just doesn't really compare to those things. 30 to strength, all res plus 30, cannot be frozen. Great mod. And negative 100% requirements. So no strength requirement on Tyrael's Might. I like popping this thing on a Javazon and just looking cool, playing the part. But there you have it. There's the list of the top 10 most rare unique items in the game. Let me know in the comments, what changes would you make to these items? Do you think some are too bad? Do you think some are too good? You know, what sort of changes would you make? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace be with you.